Hello guys, this is Tango, back for another episode, and I've been doing a little caving, another little side caving job. I was pretty much just trying to get some diamonds, but no such luck. Completely screwed in that regard, but I did score a couple, or 3 emeralds here. A little bit more iron, a little bit more coal, etc., etc. Not a big caving trip, but what I did find instead, which you can probably see up ahead, is a zombie spawner. Now, I know it's just a zombie spawner, nothing very exciting, we find them all the time, but I have specific plans for this one. I was very much hoping that I would get a zombie spawner underneath my base, and this one is very conveniently located, pretty much right against the outer ring of the storage area. We're down at y equals 20 though, so quite a ways down. But yeah, I've got a specific project for this guy, and no, it's not going to be just a standard zombie XP farm. Something a little bit more interesting than that. So I think that's what we're going to try and do this episode. I don't know if we'll get there or not, but it definitely pushes up the priority on that project. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab all this luscious green cobblestone here, and I'll meet you back up top. Alright, I've dropped off all of our hard-earned loot in the storage area at the top of the mountain up there, and now we're down here visiting our villager friends again. And the reason I'm down here is because I've got quite a few projects coming up in my head that involve villagers, and the first step to all of them is to get a good infinite village spawner to put together. So that is going to be our project today. Hopefully we'll get it done. So the first step of that is we've got to get at least 2 villagers, actually 3 villagers, from some of their temporary imprisonments that I set up here in our first video, and I got to get them all the way up to our base. So yeah, and I don't have any minecarts, so this should be fun. So as crazy as this sounds, what I think I'm going to do is dig an underground tunnel down to roughly where I want the villager spawner to be. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of editing in this video, that's for certain. But I'm gonna find some villagers that are gonna be our lucky candidates to start a new civilization up in the mountains. And once I've identified them, we'll get started. All right, this works out perfect. I got 2 guys in this house here, and 1 guy in this house here, so that's the 3 we need. So the plan is pretty much to drop these guys into a underground tunnel, which is just going to be probably a few blocks down from where they are now, and then start having that tunnel underground go out that way, probably about 50 blocks or so, and then turn right and go that way about, I don't know, whatever it takes to get up there, 100 blocks or so. Now this tunnel is every 7 blocks, it's going to drop 1 block, and it's going to be a water canal. So once I get the tunnel dug, then I just drop water at the top of it, and we have a nice water tunnel that's going to take them all the way deep underground, of course, where I want it to be. But that's good because I want the villager spawner to be all the way down at bedrock, or at least that's where the village is going to be. And it all makes sense in a little bit. So let's get started here. Let me see, I need probably not going to have enough shovels for this. So the idea is, let's see, something like this. But I can't poke through because they'll jump out. Although I can just do this, that's fine. Yeah, I'll keep it covered the whole way. Alright, so let me dig a little bit here, and then you'll see what I'm going to do. Hey, I am making you the coolest water slide ever. Aren't you excited? Yeah? I bet you can't wait. It's going to go something like this. So yeah, that's the water canal, and this is how we do it. We basically drop the water, and as soon as the water ends, so water goes 8 blocks from its source or from the place where it's most recently dropped. So since I don't want to keep having to drop new water sources, I'm just going to do 7 blocks, therefore it drops and continues on. So this is the plan. Get some light in here. There we go. So you can see I went 8 blocks, drop, and continue. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and it's going to take me about 7 days, so when I'm done, you'll get to see it. Alright, that didn't turn out to be nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it still took a while and all, but not quite as bad. Not too bad at all. So the water slide is complete, and it's time to go for a ride. Alright, Slappy. Are you ready? Yes, good. This is a big moment for you. You, yes, you will be the forefather of a new generation. Because of your actions on this day, an entire population of brave villagers just like yourself will be born to serve my experimental needs. Does that sound good? Yes? You should feel proud of the honor bestowed upon you today. So, yes, good. I know. This is a big moment. Have you signed your waiver, releasing me from any and all responsibilities due to injuries that may occur during this ride? Yes? Okay. Alright, Slappy. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. In exchange for being the proud forefather of a new generation, you have to spend the rest of eternity cramped in a pitch-black hole at the bottom of the earth with nothing but a few wooden doors. Yes? That's not a problem, is it? Good. Woohoo! Listen, Slappy, it could be a whole lot worse. I could be using you as one of my lava experiment villagers. Those guys, they don't have quite the life expectancy as you. You get to live forever. Nervous? What do you mean nervous? No, come on, man. Listen, at the end of this ride, there's just a short little 40-meter drop, and there's a nice little puddle of water suspended in there that should stop you from getting hurt. No problems. Well, see, that wasn't so bad, was it? Welcome to your new home. I know, it's pretty nice, isn't it? This is all yours. Now just be a good little boy and get in your hole and everything will be happy. There you go. Well, we must be official. Alright, Slappy. I'll be back. Eventually. Alright, Slappy the doorman is down in his hole where he belongs. And since then, I have dug out quite a sizable room here. Well, not too big, but big enough where it was a pain. This room is going to be our love shack, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this is where all of our villages are going to do their breeding. They're going to spawn the little baby villagers. And this here is marked because there's going to be a drop off here. They're going to drop down here. Bop, 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 bop. And this is going to be a water column that's going to take them up. You'll see how it all works in a little bit. But yeah, as far as setting up an an infinite village spawner, the basic idea here, I'll come down here and show you. Basically, you need, hey man, how's it going? You need a bunch of doors. So I have 4 doors here. And each of those 4 doors, I should mention that this column right here has direct access to the sun. It's like through 100 blocks of rock. But these doors are all counted as villager doors because over here they see sunlight. I won't go into the details of what makes a valid villager door and stuff, but I've covered that in other videos and you can see it online. But anyway, I got those 3 there, or those 4 over there, and 3 more over here. All you need is 6 and 1 villager, because with 6 doors, you're allowed to have 2 villagers in your village. And since we only have 1, the system will keep trying to add more. However, when the village is centered down here on the level I'm standing on now, but up there, where we're going to be doing the spawning, the village doesn't check that high for whatever reason. It's I don't know, some say it's a bug, some say, we're taking advantage of a glitch, but this is how it's done. The village doesn't check up here for villagers, so it's constantly saying, you know what, I need more villagers, I need more villagers. But these guys up here do know that they belong to that village down there, so they're more than happy to fill those needs. So repeat forever, and villagers keep getting created, and the village never fills up. So we can get started here. Let's see. I went out to the desert again and got a crap ton more sand, and so I can have some glass here. So let's see. I want this strip here. That's going to be like my water canal. I think this should be 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And okay, I'm gonna have to knock that wall back a little bit. So the water stream goes 8. So let's see. And I believe this is 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, fail. Well, we'll just go one more. I'll have to knock the wall out a little bit more. Yeah, so I want this to be an 8 by 8 area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Alright. Do the same on this side, and I'm probably going to knock these walls out a little bit because I miscalculated so that we can walk around, and I'll be back. Alright. Made a little bit more progress here. Finished the ring of glass. I went ahead and swapped out the floor for sandstone because this is probably the last time I'll get to do this. I got myself a little Chizo infinite water spring over here, and I lit the place up a bit. So yeah, I think we're ready to do this a little bit here. So the way this works is it's a little bit unlike other infinite village spawners. I kind of capitalize on the villager collision volumes. So what's going to happen is there's going to be water sources coming down this way, and you'll see they end right there. However, I'm also going to have signs that poke up one block, so even with this block there's going to be a row of signs, and there's going to be water sources all right there too. So what we're going to have is a water source block there and water source blocks all along the back here, and they're going to kind of push in toward each other and collide in the middle here. And what this does, and then so our villages are going to be in this 8 by 8 area being pushed toward the center. And what this does is obviously all villagers are going to kind of gather in the center here, but as more and more spawn, they're not all going to be able to sit in the center, so they're going to kind of push some of them this way, and more importantly push some of them this way. And then eventually this room is going to be completely chock full of villagers, and every time one spawns it's enough to push the next villager off the ledge. I don't know if some of you guys have seen like in like arcades, they have that stupid game where you can put money in and it drops down, and it looks like it's going to knock off a ton of other coins if it hits it just right, but it never does. Well, this kind of works on that principle. Basically the room is going to be so full of villagers that they can't really move and they're just kind of bouncing off each other. But as soon as one spawns, it's going to be kind of the tipping point and push one of the villagers off into this water stream to take them away. So it kind of has the advantage that you get consistent spawn rates. They don't spawn in bursts and stuff like that. So we'll have just a nice stream of villagers going down here to be taken away. Now, the reason that I have a water source blocks here, but I also have them here, is because, like I said, I want the villagers to be pushed in the middle. I could take out these here and just have this one here. This is the important one because this is what tries to keep them on the land until there's absolutely no room again. So they're always fighting against the current when they get pushed this way. But if I just had a line of source blocks here, or source water here, then all the villagers would be pushed up against here, and I've noticed that they kind of get stuck here and they stop respecting their collision volumes, and they kind of just merge inside each other. So nay on that design. So that's why we have the competing water source streams, because in here they're always just bouncing around and shaking. So anyway, I'm going to set this up a little more. I'm going to get the water streams down. I'm going to start doing the trench here, and you'll see how it works. Alright, we got some of our first water streams down, and we got a stream in the middle here. Now we need to add some signs. Let's see here. I hate trying to add signs while you're in water, because you always get that. Alright, just stacking the signs on top of each other. Should be 8 of them. Let's see if that's enough. Ah, let me up. What is that new bug? You can't get out of water. I hate that. Alright, looks like I need one more. Hello. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to hop up here now. And try to do this without falling in. Alright. Like so. Alright, I want to go over to right there. That puts a spring in the middle. And just keep repeating every other one here. Like so. Let's see, is that everything? That's everything. Alright, so there's that competing stream I was telling you about. 2 streams just pushing toward the middle here. Alright, let me get some more water here. Okay, let me do the same to the other side. Alright, there we go. We got both sides done with the water streams pushing toward each other with the middle open, like so. Yeah, I forgot to mention, by the way, you definitely want to have their ceiling be only 2 blocks high in here. Otherwise, you're going to have well over 100 villagers constantly jumping, and that is going to just trash your sound engine, and there's going to be huge lag every time you enter the area, so just don't do it. Jumping villagers is very, very bad for lag. So yeah, it has to be 2 wherever the villagers are going to be spawning. Outside here, obviously, it's fine to go higher if you want. Yeah, so let's see. Moving on here. You can probably kill this now. That's going to push them over to here. See, I got these 2 signs here. I'm going to put... This is weird with half slabs. It always feels like water should go through, but it doesn't. Alright, so you'll see I put that one resting on top of that sign, but against that sign so it doesn't go backwards. So let's see if I can get through the stream here. You'll see that average Joe villagers coming down here. And he's just going to get continually sucked right into the next one and right into our water elevator system that we're going to make now. So let's see, that's coming down here. We want them to go up here. I need a block there, sign there, and water source. Okay. God, why is this so bad to get out of water now? I hate you. Okay. So, villagers fill up these areas. They eventually get pushed off, fall in there. Water pushes them down. They hit this water source. They continue to get pushed. And then they get pushed into this room here. And this, let me get some more glass. This is going to be our... That's going to be our village evader, if you will. So I'll have to fill that with source blocks. So it has to be source blocks, otherwise they won't swim up. As soon as they get into the source blocks, they always try and swim up. And then you just got to remember to put a sign every so often, every 10, every 2, whatever you want, so that they have a breath of air. But yeah, that's pretty much the design. So I'm obviously going to come down here later and probably finish off these walls or something like that. But I have to be careful because there's this massive lava pit about 3 blocks below where I'm working here. So if I put wood in here, the whole thing is going to go up in flames. So yeah, don't want to do that. Yeah, so I think that's probably it for now because I don't actually have anywhere I want to send these guys. But soon enough. But I do want to get them in here and breeding. So the next step is going to be go back to our village and take those other 2 villagers and send them down the water slide. And the only difference though is I'm going to have to modify the water slide so that it dumps into this pool right here. I'll probably just worry about filling up this one big pool first, and then what I'll do is just probably put a little quick land bridge there so that a bunch of them can shoot across and then kill the bridge, and then this side will start populating as well. So yeah. Alrighty. Brought my trusty shears with me this time because I haven't chopped up my red sheep in quite a while. Oh, I missed. Let's hop up here. Yeah, I hear you guys. Open one door, close. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Give me your red wool. 47, not bad. Alright, I've extended our water slide back from that original house back into here, and I punched a hole and knocked our guys in the water, and they are ready to go for a ride. And they're derping through the walls already, so let's send them on their way. Let's go, boys. Well, I hope only one of you is a boy, or this is going to get awfully uncomfortable very quick. So yeah, I also updated the water slide so that it will drop into that first spawning pool that I talked about. So let's let these guys take their last ride, and I'll catch up with you down at the bottom. Alright, we're approaching the end here. Here come our two lucky contestants. They're going to drop off right here into the spawning pool, and hopefully we'll see some hearts right away. Sometimes it takes a little while, but we'll see. Alright guys, see you down there. And 1. And 2. Make with the lovin'. Please. Come on. Oh, do you need some privacy? Is that it? Alright then, fine. There we go. Alright. Hearts, hearts. Okay, good. Everything's working. Alright, you guys got a big job in front of you here. We need to fill up this whole room here. So, obviously we're not going to sit here and watch that happen. Come on, make a baby. What's the matter? He not good enough for you? Alright, we're going to give this some time, and I'm probably going to montage this up a bit so you guys can see the progress. And, yeah. There we go. It's about time. It took forever to get the first one. Alright, I have been letting this run for a long time, but it looks like the first spawning pool is pretty close to full. They're not quite touching the back here yet, and they're not quite ready to fall off the edge, but you can see some of them are starting to bounce away toward it, and they're still making with the happy, so that's good. So yeah, this is pretty much how it's going to work out, just like I described before. Now eventually I'm obviously going to fill this side up over here too, but yeah, she's working pretty good. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I do want to mention that I know the episodes haven't been coming out as fast as I would like, but I am working on it. I'm still kind of learning the ropes here and there, and real life has definitely been pestering, but my end goal is to get a video out every other day or so. But I am having a blast doing this, so I am not stopping anytime soon, and I will get better. But in the meantime, if you guys have any questions or comments, as usual, please just drop them below, and I'll definitely get back to you. But that's it. This is Tango signing out for today, and I will see you guys next episode.